ISA, I know there was something you wanted to say.
Molly, before we move on to the next subject with the whole Brian Flores discussion we were having with Mike Tannenbaum and Kimberly Martin and yourself, I received a text in the middle, at the end, tail end of that segment, from a brilliant mind that knows a thing or two about the legal stuff that goes on in the world of professional sports. And here is the quote this person said to me. The NFL will play that tour recording. He has a legal complaint regarding discriminatory practices of the NFL. The league will use all negative comments to their advantage. That is the way the game is played. Just want to say that.
Yeah, and you also mentioned that the timing was curious. So yeah, pertinent information to the conversation. So appreciate that, Stephen A. And I enjoyed watching Stephen A. sit down with Tom Brady at Fanatics Fest. That was pretty epic. I want to play a clip for you guys.
I would never ask you this question as a player, but damn it, you're an analyst now, so I can ask this question. Top 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League right now, according to Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes being number 1. Give me 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, so I think consistently, the guys that I see Josh Allen as someone who's always impresses me as a player. I see Lamar Jackson, who always impresses me as a player. Joe Burrow is very impressive the way he throws the ball and leads the team. Again, another guy who's got a great connection with his teammates.
Right.
I'll leave it at those 4.
I'm going to throw Aaron Rodgers in there.
Of course.
It's just me. It's just me.
I'm very interested to see how Aaron comes back and performs this year, and you know how dedicated and committed he is to being a great quarterback again. He had a year off. I believe that it would be very motivating for him to do that. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to them to go out there and prove to us, right or wrong, whether our decisions or judgments or hypotheses about them are right.
Okay, let's break that down. Kmart, you're up first. So there was one name notably left off in some people's minds, and that would be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a top 5 quarterback right now?
Okay, Molly, I'm not gonna lie. I actually debated this in my head. I went back and forth. Initially, I was like, yes. And then I was like, ooh, I don't know. And then after a while, I came back with yes. And here's my reason why. Game on the line. Who are my starting, who are the top 5 guys?
Yep.
Game on the line, I need to win. Who do I trust in that moment? So for me, it's Mahomes, it's Burrow, it's Josh Allen, it's C.J. Stroud. And then it was that last 5 spot. And there's something that just doesn't feel right about leaving Aaron Rodgers off that. And so then I decided, all right, let me phone a friend. Because in my line of work, do the opinion thing, do the analyst thing.
That's funny, it didn't ring.
Yeah, exactly, because I know what your answer would be. So I decided
me for different things.
Right. So then I decided to ask actual football evaluators. So I talked to some current GMs, Michael, and so one gave me this response. One top-level exec said, no, he's not. He's old, he's injury-prone, and he's over the hill. 2 other guys I spoke to said, you've got to leave him at top 5 until proven otherwise. And I think that's where I land, because I'm looking at the body of work. I'm looking at the 2 MVPs, back-to-back MVPs in the last 4 years, right? And I'm looking at a guy who we didn't get to see last season with the Jets. That season, unfortunately, was curtailed by that devastating injury. So until I see Aaron Rodgers on the field, and I'm looking at him, and he falters, and he looks kind of like what Mike T was alluding to earlier with the Russell Wilson, like, ooh, he looks like he's lost a step. Then I would say, no, he falls out of my top 5. But for now, he is there.
So the question is right now. So if we take Tom Brady's list of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen, so now there's room for one more. Here are all the quarterbacks I would take before Aaron Rodgers. Any of these guys before Aaron Rodgers, because again, Molly, the question is right now.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, and there's probably a few more like the Jared Goffs of the world I would consider. Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old, and he's coming off an Achilles tendon. He has not played high-level football in 3 years. Let's hope he does. It would be a great story. New York, come back, the whole 9 yards. Let's hope that happens. But until we see it, guys, the old Coach Parcells line, we go by what we see. All those other players, starting with Stroud and Jordan Love, were dynamic last year. They are playing at a really high level, which we have not seen Aaron Rodgers do in 3 football seasons.
Mike T, there are certain times where you should be ashamed of yourself. You really, really should. And the reason why you should be ashamed of yourself is because for somebody who is older, an elder statesman, somebody that's very accomplished, that knows the NFL backwards and forwards, I love how easy it is for you to dismiss resumes at your discretion. Okay, Aaron Rodgers gets hurt the fourth play of the season last year. Last year doesn't count. Let's not act like it was a bad year. He didn't have a year. He didn't play. So, okay, let's lean on 2022. What did he do? 217.4 pass yards per game was his fewest as a full-time starter. But you conveniently forget that he jacked up his thumb in week 5 throwing that Hail Mary pass against the New York Giants. And he was never the same on his throwing hand for the rest of that year. We forget that. Let's go to the 2 previous seasons, 2020, 2021. Back-to-back 13-3 seasons, back-to-back league MVP honors, 48 touchdown passes in 2020. The brother has been elite. Now, 2022 was an aberration. I'm saying to you, now we're going with Mike T here. We're not going, normally, the cynics of the world like myself and others. Oh, no. Mike T, I mean, just the one with the halo over his head. One of the nicest guys on the planet. You understand? That's making people laugh and smile at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's taking his daughter around, walking around the college campus, being the proud papa that he is and stuff like that. For all I know, you were dancing and partying with her at the Taylor Swift concert. I know I was doing it with my daughters. My point to you, Mike T, is this. You sit up there, and you're the person who normally reminds us, hey, he did hurt that thumb. But when the last time we saw him when he was healthy, he was an absolute stud. But for some reason, when it come to Aaron Rodgers, now the cynic in you has reared its head and you just want to ignore stuff. My bottom line is this. Aaron Rodgers healthy is one of the all-time greats. I don't supplant him because somebody showed up and played lights out as a rookie. We saw Justin Herbert do that. How he looked thereafter. And I think he's a stud and he's going to be great. The point is, they ain't Aaron Rodgers. You got to watch your mouth, Mike T. He's a bad man. Make no mistake about it. Still. Until further notice.
Let me clarify a couple things. America has seen me punt return way too much. They don't need to see me dancing at a Taylor Swift concert. So let's leave that there. Although that would be an interesting conversation. Yeah. But the juxtaposition of what you're saying of 2021, 2020, Molly, again, it says right now.
Yeah.
So that's ancient history. Right now is right now. You won't even take him out of bubble wrap in Florham Park to see if he can hold up against.
Because I don't want him to get hurt.
Right.
That's it. Not because I'm worried about his play. I ain't worried about his play.
Don't take my word for it. Ask the guy that you were sitting next to the other day at the Fanatics Fest, the all-time greatest. If being a top quarterback, one of the job descriptions of that is actually to be healthy and to be durable. So if we're concerned about
we saw Tom Brady miss the entire 2008 season because he got hurt game 1. Okay, and Matt Castle came in there and actually got people to believe that he was a quarterback for the future until we realized the obvious. Okay, the point is, Tom Brady came back after that, and what did the brother do? He looked like Tom Brady.
Let me get in here. Mike T, can I piggyback on your point and bolster your argument a little bit?
Please.
Here? Stephen A., when I sat there and watched you and Tom Brady, I had no idea what kind of announcer and broadcaster Tom Brady would be, other than he takes everything so seriously.
It's going to be great.
Be prepared and all of that. He is phenomenal. Just in terms of answering Stephen A.'s questions, he's going to be incredible on TV. Stephen A., if Tom Brady leaves him off, I mean, is anybody a better evaluator of quarterbacks? I'm going to go with Tom Brady.
He didn't leave him off.
He didn't?
No.
He
mentioned other guys, and I mentioned Aaron Rodgers. He said, him too.
No, but he gave the 5 first and didn't say Aaron Rodgers until you mentioned Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Well, Aaron Rodgers didn't play all of last season, so you can forget for a second.
That was
when
Tom
I mentioned
Brady's
Aaron Rodgers, what did he say? When I mentioned Aaron Rodgers, what did he say?
Yeah, of course, because you teed him up on it, but he gave you the 5. What's he going to say?
I'm going to try this again. When I mentioned Aaron Rodgers, what did the man say? He said, yeah.
He
didn't say nah. He certainly confused him with Daniel Jones.
What's he going to say? Oh,
he certainly didn't confuse him with Daniel Jones. I can tell you that much.
No.
He didn't do that.
What's he going to say? Aaron Rodgers is washed? He wasn't one of the five. He wasn't like, oh, let me think. Aaron Rodgers. No, Patrick Mahomes.
I totally agree with you, Molly. He totally equivocated and said, like, basically it's a grade of incomplete with a little bit of a nudge towards not in the top 5.
Yeah.
It's a grade of incomplete.
Great follow-up.
It's a grade of incomplete because of the last couple of years, fair enough. What I'm saying is, when you look at Aaron Rodgers' talent, the matter is of health. If you're looking at him and if you told us that Aaron Rodgers is 100%, how many people you picking ahead of him? Y'all better ask somebody. Something wrong with y'all.
Chào mừng các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Hôm nay là một ngày không đẹp trời cho lắm, nhưng mình vẫn tiếp tục gửi tặng đến các bạn những tác phẩm thật là đẹp và tuyệt vời. Và mình mong rằng các bạn xem video của mình thì hãy ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình, để mình tiếp tục lấy động lực ra video. Mình xin chân thành cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều. Bây giờ mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tạo ra video của mình nhé. Xin mời.
Mình sẽ đi vào chi tiết các món các bạn. Như vậy video của mình nó kết thúc các bạn. Nếu các bạn nghe đẹp trong like các bạn, cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.